Today we're looking at a dynamic that often goes unnamed in professional spaces, jealousy from coworkers. If you're new here, welcome. This is Brielle's Corner. This channel focuses on calm commentary and perspective, especially around subtle behaviors that are easy to dismiss but deeply felt. Let's take a look.
Somebody asked me, how do you spot an insecure female at the workplace? Easy, simple, real easy. Passive aggressive is that, she won't acknowledge you when she walks into the room. She'll speak to everybody else. That's toxic, like a toxic friend, a gossiper, but she won't speak to you. Because see, you could be a real ass bitch. You could be a real friend. You feel me? But they won't speak to you. So they rather go speak to other bitches that's toxic. Like you and two other bitches could be in the same room. And when she comes in the room, she'll speak to those other two bitches but won't speak to you. A lot of times you could also spot an insecure female at the workplace is when she tries to copy you. She tries to copy your look, your hairstyle, the way you dress, the way you do your makeup. They will try to imitate you, if that makes sense. Because see, they're trying to find a way to compete with you because you're the baddest at the workplace. You're the baddest. You come near, your hair is always done, your face is always beat down, fresh, like you just a badass bitch, okay? And other females don't like that shit. So they will try to copy you to compete with you. That is a sign of being insecure. And see, the reason why females really do hate you is because you don't even have to try. See, they have to try. They have to put up a front. But you, when you walk into your job, you ain't gotta try. You ain't gotta put up no front. People love you, genuinely. They love who you are. They love your mannerisms. That's really it. That's normally how you could tell when a female is secretly jealous of you. I'm just saying, I know from experience because that's another story. But watch out for those females. They sneaks.
And that's what I like to call a hater committee in the workplace. Anytime girls like that or women dislike you in the workplace for no reason, it's because of jealousy or they are threatened by you. Now let me give you three options because what they want out of you is a reaction. Either for you to react angry, right? So that they can flip it on you and play victim to make it seem like you have a bad attitude or you're the aggressor. Or they want frustration out of you, where either they know that they're knocking your confidence, because you're frustrated, you're moping. That's how they know they got to you. Don't ever let them see you sweat. So option one, a direct check and what I like to call professional clapbacks. It's clear you have something to say. Let's address it professionally. I don't tolerate disrespect. Let's keep it professional. If there's an actual issue, let's address it professionally. Or we can talk to management. If it's just petty energy and they're just desperate for attention, walk away. Starve them. Don't give them any reaction. Don't ever feed into it. Let them look childish and foolish. You can also look them directly in the eye. Tilt your head to the side, lift that eyebrow, and walk off. Because that shows them I peep it, but it don't matter and it don't faze me. The more calm you remain and the more unbothered and unfazed, the more power you hold. And my last and final option, escalate it. If you have to escalate it and speak with management, do so. Because sometimes you have to set that boundary to show them you're not playing with them. That you will escalate it if you need to. So either a direct check, but remain professional, or you remain unbothered and you walk away. Never feed into the energy, or we can always escalate it up. I want you to stay pretty. Always look good. Always do your best. Remain unbothered. And let me tell you something. Never walk in that workplace naked. What I mean by that is I need for you to have your protective armor on. That means when you first wake up, knowing that you have to go into that toxic environment, set the tone for your day. I will always encourage you to pray. Okay, read you some positive affirmations, listen to you a positive podcast that motivates you, listen to gospel music or any upbeat music that makes you feel good, that empowers you, or your favorite song that just makes you feel good. Listen to that song before you walk in there. Say you a prayer before you walk in there. Set the tone for your day with positivity before you walk in that environment. Don't ever let them see you sweat. Mwah.
You can
always tell when a coworker can't stand you. When you keep yourself put together, stay to yourself, do your job well, and go home, it's even worse. And the coworker that can't stand you, they're always passive aggressive with you. Like, it's very nice nasty. They don't like you for real, but they don't want to make it obvious, so they try to pretend to be nice with a nasty undertone. They be praying for the day that you slip up so they can go snitch and tell a supervisor to try to get you fired, because they really don't like you. They really don't want you to be there. But you do your job so well, it's nothing that they could do but foam at the mouth at the thought of catching you doing something crazy. And these are the same people that often try to act like managers but are not managers. And they dedicate their whole shift to throwing shade at you and trying to get you fired more than they do their own job. Will never congratulate you on anything that you do at work. They will clap for everybody else, but when you do a good job, straight face. And I honestly don't blame them for not being able to stand you, because a lot of the times the people who are like this be having miserable outside lives. So like I said before, when they are miserable on the inside, they try to bring the misery to the work with them. And if they can't stand you, you better make sure they continue to sit down. Hello.
I think being tried at work has to be one of the worst places to ever be tried, especially if, you're on your walk with Christ and you're trying to become a different person. That is like the worst place. Oh my goodness. It's like, I can't retaliate, number one, because the Lord said vengeance is mine. Number two, I gotta work with you. And number three, it's like, you really can't, like, you could go to the higher ups and stuff like that, but it's just like, man, not for nothing. Like, I go through the same thing every time I go to a different job. It doesn't matter what job I go to, I experience the same type of rejection. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what did I do to y'all? Why are y'all so mad? I work with her, whatever, and she just flat out don't like me. I never did nothing to this girl. She's always throwing shade. She's always throwing subliminals, and I'm just like, I could say a lot, okay? But I'm choosing not to, because I gotta please the Lord. I'm gonna keep it in my head. That is literally like the worst place to have any type of issues, is at work, because like, I have to clock in and I have to see you. I don't mind seeing you. If you don't like me, then that's personal. You could throw all the shade you want. I overlook all that. I'm one shade overlooker, okay? I don't address it because it's not important. But I just don't like the fact that it has to be at work. Like, why can't it be anywhere else? Like,
I just saw this creator's video and I wanted to stitch it, but I couldn't. So I'm just gonna tell you guys. She was talking about how at work settings, there will always be a woman or a group of women that do not like you. And the way that you can pick up on this is through their actions, how they treat you. They might come into the work environment, say hi to everyone else, and not say hi to you. They might do just little things, but they're showing you that they do not like you. So I have a story about this. A job that I used to work at previously, it was really cliquey. Very cliquey. The women were a lot older. And let me tell you, when you work sometimes with older women and you come into the space and you might be a little younger, maybe you're pretty, maybe you care about how you look, you will automatically be a target. That's a whole nother video. However, in my case, I was younger than most of the people on my team, and I would dress up to work. Now, this was like an office job. We were working with some pretty like high executives, and I thought that we were supposed to come dressed up looking nice every day, but I realized very quickly that no one on my team ever did that. But instead of me conforming to the ways that the other women would dress and things, I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna be cute. I still wanna look nice. I still wanna dress up. I'm not gonna do like what these other girls do. Instant target. So there was this one girl, she was a worker bee. She was always at work, never wanted to work from home, never took a day off. And I realized very quickly that she did not like me. And this is basically how I started to find out. She would come into work, say hi to everyone, never say hi to me. Whenever she would come up to me and ask me for things or ask me to do something, she would never look me in the eyes. That is also a clear sign that someone does not like you, is if you're having a conversation with them and they can't look you in the eyes. Also, another like slight psychology tip is that if you're in a group setting and you're talking to people, look down at their feet. You're able to tell if someone likes you by the direction of where their feet are faced. If you're in a circle and people's feet are faced towards you, that is a good sign that they like you. They're engaged in the conversation with you. They want to be in the conversation with you. But if you notice that their feet is turned outwards or turned to another person, and you're the person speaking and maybe they don't turn to hear what you're saying or look at you, they don't like you. Another thing that she used to do is she'd be at her desk, and if I'd go up to her desk, mind you, her computer would be facing like, it was cubicle style. So computers face this way, which means that her back was faced towards me, right? So I'd come up to her desk and I'd be like, hi, I just have a quick question. She'd stay on her computer and be typing. And instead of like turning around to answer me or to look at me, to engage with me, she'd be like, yeah, it's over there. Yep, you can just go get it. And like, she would never look at me. She would just keep her eyes on her computer, never turn around, never nothing. That's how I knew she didn't like me. But then also, really where it took a turning point is when they hired two other employees that were around my age. And for the longest time when I worked there, I wasn't really cool with anyone. I just came in, did my work, never really spoke to anyone except for like one person. But when these other two girls joined the company, I started kikiing with them. We would go to lunch together. We would get our morning coffee together. And we liked each other. We were really cool. And I was like, finally, some girls my age who get it, right? She was pissed. She literally told the bosses that we were talking too much, that we were going to lunch together, all of these things. They started implementing all of these new policies because of what she was saying behind the scenes. And guess what happened? We ended up all getting fired. So when I tell you that there will be some women out there in your workplace that will literally see you as a target and they will figure out ways to take you down, that is why, honestly, I try to be very, very careful when I go into spaces where I automatically know that people are going to see me as a target. I try to keep to myself, but then sometimes I'll try to succumb to the work environment just to play it cool, because for the longest time when I worked at that company, because I kind of did my own thing, but I also kind of went with the flow of how things were for the longest time, I was able to stay under the radar. But it wasn't until this particular woman saw me and the other girls that I worked with that were new, we were all happy. We weren't doing what everyone else was doing. We were just laughing and having a good time at work. She felt the need to put a stop to it because she was jealous.
You might think somebody is jealous of you at work just because you're cute, or you might like make more money than them, or you might be in a higher position than them, but that's not it. I should say that's not it all the time. A lot of people are jealous of you because they feel you are not deserving to even work at that company. They feel that you're not even deserving to be in the same company that they work at. And the reason why is because they have had all the resources at their feet growing up. They had the money, they had the education, they had all of these opportunities. Yet somebody like you comes in who may not have had the same things growing up. You may not have had the money, you may not have had the opportunities, you may not have had all of the privilege, but yet you both are at the same company. Like sometimes that eats a person up, that they share space with somebody that they believe they're better than. And you can always tell if a person feels some type of way about you because they'll try to inadvertently humble you in front of people at that. They will pick at your flaws. They will try to put your flaws on display for everyone to see, all because they don't feel like you are deserving enough to work there. And I think it's honestly so amazing because despite every single obstacle every single adversity that was meant to break you, you overcame every single one of those. And you are still standing next to a person who doesn't believe that you deserve to be in the same space they are. But you're still here. You're still here. Amazing. God is amazing.
Have a good night.
Fuck you. Do not say anything to me. Nothing. You're a bitch. I have no interest in talking to you. None.
There is nothing more dangerous than a fake nice person at work. And here's how you're gonna sniff their silicone ass out, okay? Fake. First of all, they only compliment you in front of other people. They want other people to know that they're such a nice person and they recognize you. Girl, shut up. They also only criticize you in public or behind your back. Interesting, because a real one would come to me directly and offer feedback. They're the first to talk shit about other people when they're not in the room. And if they talk shit with you, babe, they're talking shit about you. That is a fake nice person. Fake nice person isn't going to be fake nice to someone they perceive to be beneath them, but they are going to be a big fat ass kisser for all the executives. So pay attention to who they butter up to. If they're nice to all the executives and to you, it's because they think they can get something out of you. Be very, very cautious.
Y'all ever had a coworker that was jealous of you? Yo, they will literally commit their shift to being jealous, envious, and nasty towards you. You be looking like, is it me? Especially if you're an attractive person, you got a good personality, you got a good spirit. Like, people will literally mess with you just because they don't like the fact that you're attractive, or they don't like the fact that you have a good personality, or they don't like the fact that people like you at work. And if you ever feel like a coworker is jealous of you, girl, make them matter. Continue to do your work. Don't give them no reason to say nothing. Because when they are jealous, they look for things to try to get you in trouble, because they don't like the fact that you're just so successful at the job, or you're just so successful in life, or they just don't like the fact that you got a good spirit, or that you're attractive. It's a sad world we live in, but baby Tati just speak the truth, and she just give you a fair warning. Bye.
You don't compete. You just confuse them. Jealous co-workers never know what to do with someone who's so unbothered. So what I want you to do is keep it professional. Make sure that you never match their energy, because when you match their energy, you're giving them a little bit too much of you. And the shadier they act, I want you to shine, okay? And stop being committed to someone who is so focused on misunderstanding you. And one last thing, keep receipts. Because the pettiness fades, but receipts last forever. It's your HR girlie here, giving you the secrets.
If any of this felt familiar, it's because these experiences are more common than we're often told. Not everything needs to be confronted. Sometimes simply noticing what's happening brings clarity. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.